And speaking of MAGA world, President Trump is on the campaign trail, but it seems like his mind is still very much stuck in Florida. During the speech in Iowa Monday, the former president mocked his potential 2024 rival, Governor Ron DeSantis. Watch.
Ron DeSantis strongly opposed ethanol. Do you know that? And we don't even know if he's running, but I might as well tell you. If he's not running, I'll say he was fine on ethanol. Don't worry about it. And to be honest with you, Ron reminds me a lot of Mitt Romney. So I don't think you're going to be doing so well here, but we're going to find out.
We're going to find out Mitt Romney. Of course, DeSantis hasn't announced a campaign yet, even though he was also in Iowa last week. That's so weird. You guys go here? And a new CNN poll of Republican voters has Trump and DeSantis neck and neck, 40 to 36%. So is Meatball Ron getting under Trump's skin? The party panel is back. Larry Sharpe, Leslie Marshall, Lawrence Jones. It's L night on the SS Canadelia. So I can't get enough of it. I know Republicans might feel torn, but as someone who's an unaffiliated voter, please keep it coming. Keep the cards and letters coming, gentlemen.
Well, look, as someone that despises politicians, I love them beating each other up. But look, I think the Republican Party should take notes from 2016. Whenever they have a primary, and the Dems can do this as well, whenever you have a strong primary, you're going to have a strong general election. It prepares the candidate. And honestly, I think there's really an ideology fight going on in the Republican Party. They need to have this duked out. They need to figure out what they believe. And I think this election is going to do that. I wish the Dems would do the same.
It's going to do something, Leslie, because the polling is all over the map. You know, you get one set of polls one day that say Trump's up by 30%. You get, two more polls, and I don't know if you can call them outliers that say that Trump's only up by 4%. So what are we seeing?
Well, we see a lifetime till the election. 1, 2, we see popcorn sales for Democrats like myself going through the roof watching this, because this is going to be, in a sense, a repeat. Only it's going to be part 2, because my prediction is if Donald Trump doesn't get the GOP nominee, he's going to say it was rigged. He's going to take up all the oxygen in the room doing that. That's going to be problematic for who
and
would
run
be,
third party.
Possibly.
See, I think Democrats, they keep saying that because they love that idea.
Well, hey, we had Ralph Nader so many times. We love the idea of having
You also had Ross Perot.
Even if he doesn't run third party, he's going to mess it up, I believe, for the Republicans. And if he is the nominee, Joe Biden is going to beat him again. I'm putting that on the record. But aside from that, you only have 6% when it comes to Haley and Pence. This is something that will never happen. Nobody took my advice. Hillary Clinton should have made Bernie Sanders a running mate. She would have been so far over the finish line in advance. And Donald Trump should make DeSantis, or whatever his name is now, Don DeSantis his VP, or vice versa if DeSantis becomes the nominee.
See, that's the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. Y'all squash the opposing view, the outsiders out.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz said that. She said that the superdelegates were set up to squash outside candidates.
Saying great things about Charlie Crist and calling him DeSantis is not squashing him or trying to squash him out.
I'm just saying. Donald Trump has to attack DeSantis, because what Trump gets most and anybody else doesn't get, when people are in trouble, whether it's economic, whether it's social, whatever it is, particularly Republicans, they want strength. They don't want resume, they don't want policy, they want strength. And he exudes strength over anything else. If DeSantis cannot defend his attacks and counterattack in a strong way,
doesn't have to yet,
he
though.
loses.
He's not in the race. He will get so much more press for counterattacks, especially if they're not effective. Rand Paul got sucked into that. So did Marco Rubio. So did Chris Christie. And they all fell by the wayside.
Absolutely.
They could not beat Trump at that game. So
that's his strength.
DeSantis has to figure out how to play
I have noticed a difference in the Trump strategy as well. It looks like he is talking a little bit more policy. And you can thank Joe Biden for that, because at the end of the day, no matter how harsh Trump is, people vote based on how they're feeling. And when you have 70% of the American public saying they aren't better off, that we're heading down the wrong direction, I mean, they may miss what was going well from them. Because remember, they didn't vote for Joe Biden because they were better off. 54% of Americans said they were better off under Donald Trump. They did not like his tone and tenor. But it's easy.
But they did. But if you can thread the needle, figure out the policies with a more palatable
Won't
demeanor.
He can't help himself.
Never say never in politics. Look at the last two presidents we've had. Party panel, thanks so much. Larry, Leslie, and Lawrence. Beautifully done.